Focus, grace, purity, and above all, dedication. These are the requirements of a Tai Chi Chuan Kung Fu master.
The main purpose of Tai Chi is to bringing the mind from the chaotic mind, which is mixed with a whole bunch of emotions, to bringing it to a still, to a stop, to emptiness, which is called Wu in Chinese.
Dereje has been practicing Kung Fu and other martial arts for 15 years. He started as a child growing up in Ethiopia.
When I was a little kid growing up in Africa, I watched movies. Bruce Lee was my biggest inspiration.
Years later, pictures of the enigmatic Lee adorn the walls of Addis Kung Fu, Dennis's new North Miami martial arts school. This is a place that knows no limits. Children as young as 6 years old line up with the adults, taking orders from their Sifu, the Chinese word for teacher.
In Kung Fu, who you need to defeat is yourself.
Students punch, balance, and practice their way to a more complete mind, body, and soul.
This is from the Wing Chun style. It's a Southern Kung Fu.
Kung Fu is a complicated system which includes many external forms. The aggressive close-range style of Wing Chun was perfected by Bruce Lee, who is known to have a 1-inch lethal punch. Weapons replace fists in some northern Shaolin forms like this staff and this saber.
Go!
Northern Shaolin Kung Fu was developed thousands of years ago by the Shaolin monks of northern China. It is the most famous of all the external martial arts. And while Dennis uses Shaolin Kung Fu to develop the body, the internal styles like Tai Chi develop the mind.
It is the highest level of all the martial arts.
When you're practicing, when you're doing your form, we see the slow rhythmic movements. There's nothing going through your head?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The highest level of Tai Chi Chuan is to not think about anything at all, because it just naturally comes out. The first stage, of course, you're learning the movements, so you have to kind of think about what comes next. But that even being that mindful keeps you from thinking about your builds or all these different things that normal people stress about.
Another lesser-known internal martial art is Xingyi.
It's known for its devastating power. I mean, these masters had nicknames like Crushing Fist.
Xingyi is rarely taught outside of China because it is so revered. In fact, most Xingyi masters won't reveal this sacred form. Dennis's Sifu, however, has given him permission to teach the deadly art form that incorporates moves named after mythical creatures.
Kick. That's dragon.
And while the Kung Fu practitioner can use all these forms to subdue any opponent, the true martial artist treats Kung Fu with the utmost respect. This, for Dennis, is a way of life.
You'll never stop practicing Kung Fu.
Never. It's not something that you stop practicing. It's like stopping living. It's a way of life.